ऋषिं जुषामहे कृष्णतृष्णा तत्त्वविभोदितं सहस्रशाखा योत्राक्षीं द्राविडीं ब्रह्म संहिताम्. Of the 12 Arvas, Andal is notably known as the only female Arva. However, it is important to note all of the Arvas in the context of the Arvas. Specifically, the main Arvas can Puigiyar, Budattar, Peyar, Pugarmai Shayan, Arulmar, and Sailorpon, Puya, Battanathan, Anbertal, Tuli, Natpan, and Natkalian. These are the names of the 12 Arvas plus Andal. In these 12 Arvas, Swami Nammarvar, who was born in the town of Arvathnari, is considered to be the head Arvar. He is considered to be the Angam, for which the Angi, for all of which all the other Arvars are considered to be his Angis, his Angams. They are considered to be a part of him. Why is that? Swami Nammarvar is known to have given 4 Divya Pravandams: Thiruvirtham, Tiruvasiriyam, Peridravindadi, Tiruvarmi. 4 Divya Pravandams which are equivalent to the 4 Vedas. Sahasrashakam Yodrakshim Dravidim Brahma Samhitam. Of the 4 Vedas, Krishna beautifully says in his Gita, of the 4 Vedas, I am Samaveda. Samaveda is considered to be the most clear Veda. It's supposed to be the most beautiful to hear. And not only that, its viewpoints are very clear as opposed to the other Vedas which have some confusion in it. In the Tamil language, there's a beautiful name for the Vedas called Marai. Marai means to hide. The Vedas don't give you the meaning clearly. They hide everything and don't let you see the meanings. And such, the Arvars, what they did is they came and they took those Marai and they made it so that everybody can see it as Tamil Prabandhams as these Arvars have. And so in that case, Swami Nammarvar has given 4 Divya Prabandhams, of which Samaveda is known to have 1,000 shakas, of which Swami Nammarvar has given 1,000 pasturams in equivalency to the 1,000 shakas. So, okay, why don't we just learn the 4? Is it not enough if we learn the 4 Vedas? No, actually. When learning the Vedas, it is important to learn the Vedas alongside with the Angopangams or along with its other texts. So, it's important when you are learning those texts that you take the Vedas in the context of those texts. Similarly, such as Nyaya Shastram, Dharma Shastram, the Puranas, Itihasas, Kalpam, Jyotisham, Chandas. There are so many such Shastras that one is supposed to study alongside the Vedas. Swami Nammarvar then has given these 4 Divya Prabandham. Should we learn any other texts alongside with that? That is where the Prabandhas of all the other 10 Arvars come in. All of the other Arvars are considered to have given additional texts that explain the meanings of the Arvars' 4 texts. Swami Nammarvar gave those 4 texts in summary of the Vedas. These Arvars have given 4 texts, have given so many texts in summarization of the other Angas, so that you can understand the context of the Vedas, of the Dravida Veda or the Tamil Veda of Swami Nammarvar in the context of, in that context, you can take the other Divya Prabandhams. One second. So hence it is important to understand that Andal is also one of those Arvas. Is it simply that she's just one of them? No. Our Periyorgal or Acharyas clearly point out in their commentaries, in Muvairappadi commentary, it is clearly pointed out that Andal is considered to be the greatest of the Arvas. Why is it so? First, they start off with us. We as human beings, we are just living, we are just normal people. Our entire existence is based on the food and water and the place to stay and other sorts of enjoyment. However, Paramata Paramanu Vasi Pole is the exact terminology that they use in comparison of our jnana and our greatness and the greatness of the rishis. The rishis are like a mountain, whereas we're like a molecule. That is the difference between our jnana and their jnana. They were fully engaged in the service of the Lord and thinking about the Lord. Between the rishis and the Arvars, it is again a Paramata Paramanu Vasi Pole. The rishis thought that by their studying their tapas that they can achieve the Lord. Whereas the Arvars decided, I'm not going to do anything. It's going to be the Lord himself who takes care of me. And so they let go of all that tapas and they fully engaged in Bhagavad Anubhava. Bhagavad Gunanubhava, as I mentioned on the first day, that is an important context. In all of the Arvars Prabandhams, they're all in the context of Bhagavad Gunanubhava. And thereby you get the philosophy from that Bhagavad Gunanubhava. And so that is what the rest of the Arvars are. Between the Arvars and Periyarvar, who is the father of Andal, there is again a Paramata Paramanu Vasi Pole. The remaining 10 people are considered to be a molecule as compared to Periyarvar, who is considered to be the size of a mountain in his jnana. Why is that? Kodilavam Alvargal Kurukalekellam Adi Tirupallandanadavum Vedathu Komanumadu Pol Ulladakellam Surukai Tan Mangala Madalal. The Vedas, before you chant it, you should say Hari Om. And when you end the Vedas also, you end up with Hari Om. You finish the Vedas with Hari Om, with Om, and you end the Vedas with Om as well. Why is that so? The Om is considered to be the summary of the entirety of the Vedas. And so similarly, Periyarvar, in his Divarpavandam of Tirupalland, he has summarized the entire content of the Vedas, that everything that the rest of the Alvars have said, he has summarized in just those 10 pastrams. He has said, Pallanda Pallanda Pallayirattanda Palakoti Nurayanam Mallanda Tintol Manivanna Un Sevadi Savitrakap Adio Morum Ninnorum Pirivindi Ayam Pallande. You Peramana, you will be there for a really long time. We, our existence, our relationship will be there for a long time. But you are in Balamardil Vargin Mangayum Pallande. Lakshmi, who is with you, who denotes Kripa or denotes his karunyam towards us, his love towards us. It's a symbolism for his love towards us. She will always be there, meaning that his love for us will always be there as well. Paragodi Nurayam, Malanda Tindol Manimanna, and Saved Savidrakap. Adiomodum Ninodum Privindi Idam Pallande, Padivain and Vagamil Vagin Mangayum Pallande, Padiva Jodivatam Shara, Arium Pallande, his Sudarshana Chakra, who is always there to protect us, that is always there as well. Padiva Bukumang Apanja Sanyam Pallande, he says that the Sanka is also there. Shakti Jnanam, that's what they show. These weapons do not show that he's going to come and actually destroy anybody with those weapons. Rather, they denote a symbolism that these are things that he has the ability, the Shakti, to protect us. And so hence, he clearly states out the entire contents of the Vedas, that he is there to protect us in that one pastram itself. And he further explains that throughout his 10 pastrams, Periyarvar. And between Periyarvar and Andal, there is again a Paravata Paramanu Vasi Pole. There is again a difference between the molecule and the mountain. Andal is considered to be so great because Vedamanaitukkum Vittagum. The Thiruppavai has 4 commentaries I mentioned. For the entirety of the 1,000 pastrams, there's a 36,000 verse commentary. For 1,000 verses, 1,000 pastrams by Swami Nammarvar in the 1,000 that translates the 1,000 Vedas. So that makes sense, right? For 1,000 verses, okay, 36,000, that means there's 36 verses for each pastram. That's a good size of commentary. For Andal's 30 pastrams only, there's 4 commentaries plus Swapadesa commentaries, which include the inner meanings of the commentaries. The smallest commentary for 30 pastrams is 2,000 verses. Similarly, Irayapadi Grantham. The next is 4,000. There's also a 3,000, there's also a 4,000, and there's also a 6,000 verse commentary just for 30 pastrams. And so that is the level of depth that Andal includes in her pastrams. And beyond that as well, Acharyas have realized that that is not covering it up enough. And so they hence decided to add inner meaning commentaries known as Swapadesam commentaries by Dotayacharya Swami and many other such Acharyas. Beyond this, considering that this did not cover the entirety of Thiruppavai, Swami P.V. Anandacharya Swami, who lived in the 20th century, he has composed over 10 different commentaries on just Thiruppavai that have meanings that are not seen in any of these other commentaries. Beyond all of these arthams, I have just finished, as of this morning, I finished Kalakshevam with my Swami, who has, for the last 6 months, he has included all, Maliyam Rangacharya Swami, he has included all arthams that are not seen in any of these commentaries. He spent 6 months, each pastram, so many hours on end. He would tell me, when I was in India, he would spend upwards of 8 hours in a day explaining pastrams. And he would include arthams, meanings that were not seen in any of the commentaries, yet they fit so perfectly with the arthams of the pastrams. To say that our acharyas have given us so many meanings because these pastrams are filled with all the arthams of the Vedas. These 30 pastrams are enough that cover everything. And so Andal is considered the greatest because she has given us this. She is also considered great because she has been so willing to not hold back. The others, Alvars have seemed to have been holding back in a lot of their arthams. Andal has not held back in a single way. She was quite direct with the fact that he is her lover. He is the one that he is going to take care of us. He is the Lord that is always there for us. And so hence, all of the Alvars together say the exact same message that Narayane Namakke Paridhanavan. Veride Arul Seivan. Similarly, Sittavenda Sindippe Amayam Kandir Galandos. There's so many, I can go quoting on and on and on, all sorts of pastrams that Alvars have said to point out that the Lord is there to take care of us. And Andal has done that in these 30 pastorals quite so well without leaving out a single Vedartham. It is known quite famously that Swami Imbiramana or Swami Ramanuja did meanings of Thiruppavai during his lifetime. At that time, Swami Ramanuja had finished the meanings of Thiruppavai and he was asked again, can you repeat the meanings of Thiruppavai? We want to learn more. Swami Ramanuja said, unless Andal herself comes and explains the meanings, we will not be able to fully learn the meanings because this has the entire arthas of all the Vedams or every Vedam and beyond that as well. Andal is not limited by the Vedas. Vedamanaitukkum with yes, it is the seed for the Vedas, but it is beyond that as well. It has more than the Vedas can ever give us. And so hence Andal has beautifully given us such in her pastorams. In pastor. So today we are going to look at Ongi Olavan Uttaman. I have covered actually the traditional avatariki towards by understanding that the greatness of Andal, the greatness of the text Thiruppavai, and also the greatness of the subject of the text, the Lord, who is there to always protect us. I've also told you guys a bit about the commentaries. I will further elaborate on these concepts throughout the next 30 days. I've already taken up a bit of time, so I'll quickly finish up this project. ஓங்கி உலகளந்த உத்தமன் பேர் பாடி நாங்கள் நம்பாவை சாட்டி நீராடினால் தீங்கின்றி நாடெல்லாம் திங்கள் மும்மாறி பெய்து ஓங்குகளின் ஜன்னலூடு தயலுகள பூங்கு வளைப்போதில் பொடிவண்ட கண்படுப்ப தேங்காதை புக்கிருந்த சீட்டமலை பற்றி வாங்க குடம் நிறைக்கும் வல்லல் பெரும் பசுக்கள் நீங்காது செல்வம் நிறைந்து. I told you guys will learn how to become rich today. Yes, you can take it as material richness or as spiritual richness, but in fact this pasturam actually does speak about material richness. Material richness is possible only by the grace of Lord, and so hence that is why actually we make Chakra Pongal today, because it is a good symbol of material richness. It is sweet, it is filled with richness of the sugar and of the sugar cane and of the ghee and of the milk. All of these things are quite pricey items, I believe. And so hence it shows the richness of life is in this Chakra Pongal itself, and it clearly is there in this pasturam as well. How does this richness come? Andal clearly points out a very important avataram at the beginning of this pasturam. Ongi Ulagalanda Uttaman, Madhyaman, Adaman. There's 3 types of people in this world. I'll tell you the story of Vamana Avataram. At the time of Vamana Avataram, right before that, Bali Maharaja, despite being a great person to donate and had a lot of other good qualities, he went about and he basically stole the entirety. He defeated Indra and he took the entirety of the 3 worlds into his own control. He is considered Adaman. He is okay with harming another person for his own satisfaction, for his own goodness. He went and hurt Indra so that he can get goodness. Adaman. Madhyaman, Indra was sitting there and being like, oh no, how am I going to get my Rajyam back? What am I going to do? So he went and asked the Lord, can you please get me it back somehow? His concern was not whether he did not go and directly harm Bali Maharaja. He did not go and directly harm anybody. But he was not concerned how anybody else was doing as long as he was doing well. A lot of people put money in stocks that help bad companies that hurt people. There are so many different situations where we hide the fact that we are hurting other people. We do not think of that. As long as we are doing well, we do not think about how other people are doing. That is what Indra did. He did not concern himself over who is going to get him his Rajyam back. He was just fine. As long as I get my Rajyam back, I am completely fine. I don't care what happens to anybody else. So he went and asked Perumal. He said, Perumal, Vishnu, can you come and can you get me my Rajyam back? Perumal, Sarvalokeshwaran, the God of the entire world, he decided that I am Uttaman. I am fine with going low. I am fine with degrading myself and taking blame and going to a bad position so that somebody else can live well. And so that's what he did. The Sarvalokeshwaran, Shriyappadi, who is Lakshmi's husband, who has all the wealth in the world, took the form as a brahmachari boy and begged. He went and asked Bhati Bhiksham Devi, he went and asked if he can add alms. This man is the person that has the entirety of the universe within his hands. However, he was willing to bring himself down to the level and ask for Bhiksha from Bali Maharaja. Bali Maharaja, of course, as you know, he gave the Bhiksha, and at that moment, Perumal took the form of Thiruvikrama Avataram, which is what is clearly shown here by Andal. Thiruvikrama Avataram, Vamana Avataram is where he was a small boy. Vamanan means small. Thiruvik, dwarf. Trivikramavataram refers to his large form in which he has covered the entire universe. As we know, with his feet, he covered the entirety of the universe. That is what Andal says. Omgi Ulagalanda Uttaman. He measured the entirety of the world. Omgi Ulagalanda. He went up and he measured the entirety of the world. Ulagalanda Uttaman. Why is he known as Uttaman? Because he harmed himself to help others. Furthermore, it is very important to note that he put his feet on everybody on this planet. One of the points that is brought up is we do not he one can ask, oh, is the Lord only going to put his feet on people that are thinking about him? Is he only going to put his feet on feet refer to adime or refer to seshatam, which basically means we are his devotees. We are there for he is the one that is keeping us upright. He is the one that is running our lives. That is what seshatam means. It is that seshatam that he is showing by putting his feet everywhere on this world. Did he just put it on those that believe? Did he only put it on those that don't believe? Did he put it on only the humans, only on the Vaishnavas, only on the Brahmins? He put it on every single last molecule. His feet covered the entirety of the planet. And so that shows that if he is able to do that, he is showing that his adime, or we are his, everybody is his adime. It is no exception to say that only this person is a Vaishnava, only this person is a person that is benefiting by the Lord's grace. Everybody is benefiting by the Lord's grace, and that is what he showed there by putting his feet everywhere. Ongi Ulagalandha Uttaman. And so we are going to say his name. Per Padi Nangal Nampavik Chattini Radinal. We're going to sing his name and we're going to enjoy the Bhagavad Gunanubhava of his name, and we are going to think about how he has taken care of everybody. He's showing that he's taking care of everybody by putting his feet everywhere. Ongi Ulagalandha Uttaman Per Padi Nangal Nampavik Chattini Radinal. Thingindi Nadellam Tingal Mummari Peda. Andal then says, Nadellam Mummari Peda. So that means Andal is saying that not only a certain place, not only the place where people are good, not only the place where people are following the Vedic samskaras, the people Veride Arul Sevan, he will do Arul, he will give Kripa, he will bless us, no matter who it is. Thingindi Nadu refers to place. Yellam Nadu, which means all Nadis, all places he is blessing. Thingindi Nadellam Mummari Peda. Everywhere there's rain showering three times a day, not 3 times a day, 3 times a month, which is the right amount the rain should come. If let's just say the rain is coming every single day, we will have flooding. If the rain doesn't come for an entire month, then we will end up with drought. He is giving the right amount of rain for everybody at the right time. Thingindi Nadellam Tingal Mummari Peda. So what happens because of that? So just as much as he raised up, similarly the rice grains, the paddy field, the rice that is growing is also growing up as high as he grew as Trivikramavatar. Similarly, it is also growing. So that shows Varachi. That shows that it is growing, that there's fertility in the land. It is always growing and it is always being taken care of by him. Because it is raining, because of him, this is growing. And beyond that also, in the paddy fields, it is a little bit flooded. So what is happening is, there's fishes going through. Tingal Mummari Peda. Onga Penen Channaluda Kayalugala refers to the fish that are swimming through. They are there are huge fish that are surviving based on the water there. Based on the water inside between the paddy fields, in the paddy field. Onga Penen Channaluda Kayalugala. Beautifully it is stated that in these paddy fields there's also flowers. In the flowers there's a lot of honey. The bees are coming. They're eating up all the nectar in the flowers, and then they become so tired upon eating the nectar that they've eaten so much, because there's so much nectar in the flowers that they're falling asleep there itself. And then when the fish are swimming through, they're hitting accidentally the flowers, and that is carefully rocking the bees as they are sleeping on the flowers. And so this shows that the bees who did not do any karma, they did not do karma yoga, bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, nothing. They are being fed, and fed so much that they are able to take a nice food coma nap afterwards. That is the beauty of Bhagavan's Shrishti. If you look around, we as humans are the only ones that are going around thinking that, oh, only if I do this will I be taken care of. Anything else in nature is being taken care of by itself. And that is why Mal or Tirumal or Perumal is always referred to by nature. திருமாலிருஞ்சோலை மலை என்னேனென்ன திருமால் வந்து என் நெஞ்சு நிறைய புகுந்தான் குருமாமணி உந்த குணல் பொன்னித்தென்பால் திருமால் சென்று சேர்விடம் தன் திருப்பேரே. Alvar refers to the Lord as not the Lord, but not a person on top of the mountain with Sankha Chakra. She refers to him as Thiruppavai Malai. The mountain itself is the Lord, because the mountain refers, you can clearly see that so many things are happening on the mountain. Everything is taken care of. There's caves, there's rivers, there's trees. Everything is being taken care of on the mountain. Is it not so? You see that there. That's why that itself is the Lord. So that is what is seen here. So you are thinking, oh, it is only the nature that is being taken care of. No. The cows in Vrindavan, this is referring to Vrindavan, all of these things are happening. In the cows of Vrindavan, they are giving so much milk that the person that is milking the cows, just by the udders are so full that just by touching the udders, it gives a lot of milk. And not only that, it is filling up one patram, one vessel, and he has to quickly switch the vessels because it is filling it up so quickly. It is giving them that much of milk. The very sustenance of the people in Aipadi was milk business. They got the milk and they made butter out of it. They made ghee out of it. They made dahi out of it. That is how they made their sustenance happen. So that is happening. But how does that happen? It is happening in abundance. These pasus, or these animals, these cows, they are giving in excess. Vallal perum pasukal. Vallal refers to a person that is very generous. They are not holding back. They are giving continuously, just like the Lord is. The Lord is also giving us continuously. He is not holding back in His kripa. Everybody is being taken care of. There's no worry about that. That is your key for today. Neengaada selvam means that wealth which is in abundance. It is, we are going, yes, that is what is richness. Neengaada selvam niraindu, it is in fullness, it is given. By whom? By Narayana. He's taking care of all of us. There's no reason to fret. There's no need to attend a class that says how to get rich. It is okay enough to believe that He is enough. He is going to give us that richness, whatever we need. We don't have to sit here and think that, oh, we have to go behind richness. As clearly shown in this pasuram and beyond, in every single Arvar's pasuram, Arvargal are known as Pesiche Pesum Ekakantargal. They speak the exact same thing again and again and again. Everybody is of the same opinion of the Arvar Goshti. And so hence they are saying that the Perumal, or the Lord, He is always taking care of all of us. There's nothing to worry there's nothing to do other than think about the fact that He's taking care of us. So Tonadipodi Arva beautifully states that Srirangam is filled with lazy people. But he doesn't say those sombar or those lazy people are being like, are just lazy and they're not having anything done. They are thriving. Why are they thriving? Because they are under the faith that all of their actions are being done by the Lord Himself. None of them are their own action. If we are going about our day, it is all the actions of the Lord. If anything good of that comes out of those actions, that is also through the kripa of the Lord. And that's what He showed. And that is not only for those that are in full jnana. That is for everybody. That is why He put His feet throughout the planet. It is no worry that He is going to take care of us. You just go about our life with the peace of mind that He's going to take care of us. Whatever richness is to come to us, He will give it to us. Don't worry about anything else. So with that, I'm going to finish. I'm going to pause the there. We will say the pasuram today. Om Uttaman Padi Namadal Nambavekku Chaatini Naadinal Teengendri Naadallam Tingal Mummari Pedu Om Perum Sennal Udukayarugala Poonguvalai Podil Polivandru Kanpaduppa Thengade Pukkirundu Seetramai Patri Vaanga Kudam Niraikkum Vallal Perum Pasukal Neengada Selvam Niraindhu Orambavai. Tomorrow's title is tomorrow's title. Sorry. It is specifically the world is your oyster. So let us think a little bit about how the world is our oyster. I've already clearly stated that everything in the world is working by the Lord's grace. So how is that our oyster? We will look into that. And then also, of course, there's 2 more days of the introduction to Thiruppavai. And then afterwards, we will get into, Andal will slowly wake up 10 different girls, and she will wake them up and she will ask them to come join her on this vratam that I talked about yesterday. Beyond that, also, we will look into more details about these commentaries that are written by these acharyas, other context of Andal's Chaitram, other Arvars, etc., so that we can get a more of a full-fledged, more holistic review of the Arvars problem. And yeah.
So today's Pasuram talks about Uttaman Pe. We will just take that Uttaman. The word Uttaman actually means good, as Swami beautifully explained. The beauty of this Vamana Avatara is unlike Krishna Avatara, Rama Avatara, where he had to kill somebody to protect somebody. In Vamana Avatara, he did not kill anybody. Mahabali Chakrabarti, who was the grandson of Prahalada Maharaj, he also lived. He was given the Patala Loka, and he said after completing your term in the Patala Loka, you will get the Indra Padavi. Then Indra also lived because he got back whatever he was, what all his kingdom that was encroached by Mahabali. Indra also got this. And here she is also talking about Uttaman Per. Per here refers to the Nama. So he could have easily said that by singing the glory of Vamana, but specifically she is talking about by singing the glories of Vamana's name, Nama. So the Nama's importance of Nama Sankirtana is also is given here. And our Acharyas have explained that Bhagavan's Nama is more precious than Bhagavan himself. So they have given explanations like, he is very far away from us. In other words, he is with us, but because of our ignorance, we are not able to see him. But Bhagavan's Nama is very, very accessible. We can say Krishna, Rama, Govinda, Madhava, like that we are able to do Archana. So it is very accessible. So in that way, the Nama is one step more than the Lord himself. Then they go on to say, Bhagavan is like a form of gold, like a bar of gold. Whereas Bhagavan's Nama are like ornaments made of gold. So gold has two purposes, right? One, it is a value. It is a big value. We save in terms of gold because the value of gold never diminishes. And increases. And also we can wear it as ornaments because it also adds beauty to us. So Bhagavan Nama is like ornaments because it is accessible, but it also has great value. The Bhagavat Nama, whatever we can get by getting from the Supreme Lord himself, just by chanting his holy names, we can get all those benefits. So in that way, the Nama is accessible and it is also very valuable. So it is one step greater than Bhagavan himself. Then third thing is the very nice thing. He says that even those people who do not believe in God, they have to accept his Nama. So those people who say Rama does not exist, Krishna does not exist, they have to accept the Nama is there. They are chanting the Nama. So even for those people who are against the Supreme Lord, the Nama will bestow the favor on him. Just like Uttaman. Uttaman means even those people, knowingly or unknowingly also, if you come to him, he will bestow his grace on us. That is the greatness of his Nama. So Andal is saying Nama Sankirtanam. She is glorifying that, by glorifying the Nama. What is the Nama? Nama actually talks about the glories of the Supreme Lord. When we talk about Govinda Nama, we talk about how he protected the cows, how he lifted the Govardhan mountains to protect all the Gopikas. Then we talk about Uttama Nama, where unconditionally he put his feet on all of us. The fact that we are not able to understand, or it is because of our own ignorance, which is born out of our own ahankara and mamakara. So in spite of all our shortcomings, still he takes every effort to make sure that we are protected. So that is the greatness of the Uttamam, and that is the greatness of this Nama, particularly his Nama. That is why she is speaking Uttaman Per Pada. And truly Perumal is like Pongal. Perumal's Nama is like Chakra Pongal, the sweet Pongal. So today's Prasadam is also that way, it is connected to sweet Pongal. And then finally, there is a humorous thing that our Acharyas give. Bhagavan was there, and what he did, he stole the clothes of the Gopikas. Bhagavan's Nama was chanted by Draupadi, and she got her clothes back. So now we have to decide whether we want our clothes to be taken or clothes to be given. So now you decide whether it is the Nama that you want to surrender to, or we want to take the Lord. So in this, it is a very funny example that our Acharyas give in a lighter way. So with that, we will stop today's Pasuram. And more and more Nama Sankirtanam should happen. And last year we started the new year with Harinama Sankirtanam. We did a 24-hour Harinama Sankirtanam thanks to Radha Krishna Temple and Swamiji's blessings, of course. I'm hoping this year also we will be able to continue, and
So
all
what
of
do
us
you
should
do
come
on
and
this day?
engage here in Nama Sankirtanam.
Sorry, we were